future of AI, will we be on the right side or the wrong side? Hey there, Ken French. I've been asked to deliver a soliloquy about AI because we've been doing AI for years. We're not new on the block like so many people are. We've been doing it really since 2018. We really started in 2010, but really 2018 is when we went public here at vastsolutionsgroup.com. So this recording is for a client that's going to distribute this to their tax professionals, a relatively small group. The future of AI, it's going to be interesting. Either you're on the right side of it, meaning you're employing it now as we speak here at the end of 2024. But what I would say is if you're on the right side of it, if you're employing it, using it, if you're becoming really a star of AI in your specific niche or industry, you're probably going to be kind of construed as the leader of AI in that niche. Right? Niche. So what I would also say, that's good. That's good news. Now, I don't know about the ethics of AI as it relates to that, but hopefully you, if you're a leader in AI, in let's just say real estate as an example, you're going to be helping to shape AI's, ethical components, because there are really where some issues lie. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, if you're not adopting AI in any way, well, I'm going to say that you're probably not going to be at the forefront. You're going to be really potentially replaced by artificial intelligence, number one. Plus, number two, people aren't really going to, this is going to sound bad, but I'm going to be kind of truthful and frank. This is a soliloquy, by the way. I'm just regurgitating stuff off the top of the dome. That really you're not going to be one of the leaders in the space. People aren't going to listen to you. You're not going to be able to be a part of the diatribe with respect to artificial intelligence and helping to shape the future of AI. And the importance of that not only is in the shaping of the AI, but the ethical components. And that's really what I'm going to be talking about, would be the ethical components of AI, because that's really the future of AI. Nothing, in my opinion, can stop the proliferation of artificial intelligence. It's going to happen. I don't care if you're, if you're a big country and you're going to be pushing artificial intelligence on the state level all the way to a small company. Ethics aside, someone in that grouping, in that linear progression, if you will, is going to be pushing artificial intelligence, not worrying about ethical elements. You can't just put a governor on ethical elements of artificial intelligence. So there's going to be somehow, some way, some shape or form, someone pushing the envelope as far as ethics go. But what I would say is potentially, at least if you're on the cutting edge, if you're deploying some of your resources towards artificial intelligence now, you're going to be able to hopefully help shape the future of it to a certain extent. Because as I mentioned, it's the ethical component of artificial intelligence that's really going to really be at the forefront, really going to be really helping to mold artificial intelligence. So what I would say is, let's say you're a small business owner, you want to, somehow get involved in artificial intelligence. What I would say is, well, right now is the time to do it. I know I push this, but spend an hour a day as an example, somehow learning artificial intelligence, and somehow kind of getting a grasp on it if you know nothing about it. An hour a day, 5 days a week. Sure, it sounds like a lot, but that will also help your business. So that hour a day, it's an investment in your business, because artificial intelligence, if you're studying an hour a day in artificial intelligence, it will help your business. Now the future, the ethics of artificial intelligence, it could potentially we could be in a scary place as a society, as a humanity, because there's going to be some people, large companies, small companies, large nation states are going to be pushing the envelope. But if you're somehow really the voice of reason as it relates to artificial intelligence, you might be able to shape that future. So what I would say on top of that, also, for as far as commerce goes, if you're really leading the charge in artificial intelligence with your business as an example, well, really that could end up helping you a heck of a lot more than someone who's not paying attention to artificial intelligence and who's really been left behind. Now, here's an example. Now, let's just say you're at the forefront of the adoption of computers back in the day. Well, you're probably pretty happy, especially now if you've been around for, all these years. You're probably pretty happy because your business would have grown because you're using computers to a large extent to make your business grow. But let's say you're at that time, you're saying when computers started to get going, you're saying, nah, I don't want to use computers. I don't want to use even later on down the road, computer science, or I should say the internet. Because you didn't believe in the ethical component, because people are going to be leaving their next door neighbor. They're going to be now using a computer to, challenge and learn about the world. Well, okay, if you're still sitting back, not using computers back in the day, your business probably isn't as successful as the group that's using computers, using the internet, et cetera, going forward. And I would say that's a kind of a good analogy. I would say artificial intelligence is even farther than really the forefront of computer usage back in the day and internet usage, online usage, et cetera, going forward. Now, the ethical considerations, it really does matter. Who's to say what's going to happen with some of the ethical considerations? I don't know, but that's going to be the biggest challenge right there, are the ethical considerations, because now, if you really think about it, there's artificial intelligence, which is huge, obviously, and then there's quantum computing, which is a whole nother level of computer usage. Actually, it's more of a hardware issue. But anyway, what I would say is, if you're at the forefront, you're using artificial intelligence, you're helping to shape the conversation with artificial intelligence down the road, because you've been working it an hour a day. That could help you in making that transition to later to, as I mentioned, quantum computing. Quantum computing makes artificial intelligence really look like a joke, even though artificial intelligence is more kind of software, and quantum computing is more physical. But really, it's both that's going to be combined. They're going to work together in essence to potentially make just strong, quote, computing powers like you wouldn't believe, because there's going to be, and we're going to really find out, because of quantum computing, we're going to learn about really why we're here. I know that sounds crazy, but somehow quantum computing is going to be able to figure out why we're here, and really even how we're here, because of the power of quantum computing is unbelievable. Anyway, I digress. Again, this is a diatribe. I've been asked to just speak my mind on artificial intelligence and the future of it. So going back a little bit, I'll restate it. If you're not using artificial intelligence now, you're not going to be in the conversation of artificial intelligence and helping to shape really the ethics of it, because that's going to be such an important component of really society down the road. We're still, artificial intelligence, it's still new. I know, I would say the top end of society is using it. The bottom end might not be quite as much as they should or think they are. But what I would say is, maybe even on top of that, more and more people are going to be using it. And if you're one of the people who's even thinking about doing it now, you should just jump into it wholeheartedly. Now, that could be also at work. Let's say you're a W-2 employee, you want to somehow expand, your role at work. Well, even if you're not paid, maybe even in your off hours, if you're using artificial intelligence to help you at work behind the scenes, let's say you're working 8 hours a day and you're using artificial intelligence for 1 hour a day, and somehow you can adopt or utilize that 1 hour day's resources to artificial intelligence. It will help your resources. It will help your efficiency, et cetera, et cetera. So it will look like you're doing more than 8 hours, and it'll help expand your role at work. Who knows, maybe get a promotion. And if you want, maybe it'll allow you to leave your job if you want to be an entrepreneur. Because even if you're working a side gig, let's just say, you're working 8 hours a day in a job, you're working an hour a day on artificial intelligence. Maybe you don't want to put that 1 hour of resources in artificial intelligence towards work, but instead you want to do a side gig. That 1 hour of work in artificial intelligence will greatly expand your potential of being successful as a side gig, because that 1 hour is an investment, and that 1 hour in artificial intelligence, who knows, could equal 3 hours. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's unbelievable. From the time we started using AI back in 2018, really deploying it with our model called Einstein, it completely changed our business. It led to growth. It led to efficiency. It led to us being able to take off 3 days a week versus 2 like everyone else. It led to really a happier workforce, happier clients, and more productive company, because of the fact that we started using artificial intelligence. And I think that more and more companies, individuals, are going to find the same thing with artificial intelligence. The future of artificial intelligence is for generally happier workforce, happier society, but with the caveat that there are going to be some issues with the ethics. And again, I'm going to say it one last time, because this is a diatribe where I'm just speaking my mind, soliloquy, where I'm speaking my mind about the future. Whomever's spending time utilizing artificial intelligence, throwing resources at it now, it will come back down the road exponentially, and you'll be involved, at least partially, really in the conversation that is artificial intelligence, and hopefully that will help on the ethical component and the ethical side, because that's the scary part. Who's to say that, instead of a workforce that's 50% unemployed, who knows, maybe with artificial intelligence it ends up being 75% unemployed because of the efficiency of artificial intelligence. I don't know about that component. The way future, that's a little scary, by the way. Who knows, if you're not involved in that conversation, who knows, again, maybe you're one of the people or organizations that really has been replaced by artificial intelligence. Learn artificial intelligence now. You'll be glad you did. I'm willing to promise you that. My name is Kenner French, vastsolutionsgroup.com. Hopefully this is helpful in some time, in some way, helping you to understand a little bit more about artificial intelligence. It's a soliloquy, so I was just asked to, spew out things for, about whatever, 10, 15 minutes about artificial intelligence and the future of it. And I think the lesson here is, learn it, spend some time, spend some resources with respect to artificial intelligence. You'll be glad you did. And if you do, you'll be one of those people who will be involved in the conversation of AI and the shaping of the ethics of it, because who knows, down the road, if you're not, you're going to be left behind, and you're going to be driven instead of driving the car. Once again, Kenner French at vastsolutionsgroup.com. Thanks for listening.